Good evening, Pep. What a night for Rico Lewis. What do you say to a 17-year-old who's just scored on his first start in the Champions League?
Oh, he's so smart. He made the standing ovation for all the, all the way long. Yeah, he played really good. The first half more inside, the second wider, and the assist from Julian was amazing, and the finishing as well. So 70 years old, but he's so clever, so intelligent. He's a typical guy that you say something, he understands everything. He doesn't need to practice more because he knows exactly what happened during the game. Yeah, really, happy for him, from Josh, for the minutes, from Sergio, for all the players. The first half was a little bit. We were there, but we struggled to attack, especially because we played, I think, right foot in the left and left foot in the right, and you go inside, and with five in the back it's more difficult. In the second half, with Sergio with left and Rico on right, and more people, Cole and Phil, the second half were more close to Julian. We felt from the minute one, the second half, we have more presence in the final third, because against 5-4-1 defend though deep is difficult. And the second half we were much better. Rodri, the impact again in the field was good, and we made a really, really good game in general. It's good for, of course, we're qualified, but we finish well, and for the money for the club is important, for the prestigious, for everything. Yeah, good night for us, especially the second half, of course.
What was the thinking behind the change? Obviously, you talk about the two halves there. Jack Grealish coming off at half-time. Was there any injury issue?
Jack was the best player in the first half. The best one, the more direct. But he played a real tough game, and in the last game we need him for the next game, and we need a special left foot in left, the right foot right being wider to make this cross and still these crosses, and he had more people close to Julian, and that helped us to be more effective in the final third.
Pep, when you're giving a 17-year-old a start in your team, given the brilliant players you have, what have you got to think about?
Well, we see him every day. We don't give presents here. So not just because he's Manchester City fan, because he's from the academy, you are going to play. Here you have to earn it. But we see him since the day one in the United States of America in a pre-season when he played against few minutes against Bayern Munich, for example. And the training sessions always is, this guy has something special. Is defensively is aggressive enough. Of course, he have a lot of margin to improve, but with the ball, when play inside is so good, and outside he showed today in the final third, 1-against-1, good crosses, good finishing. So it's good. So club, I said many times, the academy here with Jason Wilcox and all the people is working amazingly, and since Jadon Sancho, since Brahim Diaz, since Phil Foden, and McAtee, Cole Palmer, and there are many talent players, and of course the guys who want to stay here and fight for this position, they have chance. If they are not patient and they listen the agents more than maybe what is the future here, they can leave, so it's no problem. But of course we saw the reception for our crowd from Rico at the end, how the people is pleased to have people from the academy playing with us, like Casey's Field from Cole, now from Rico, George as well. So and they can help us because they have quality to play with us. They have quality.
It's special for the fans because he is doing what they would all love to do.
Yeah, I understand completely. At the end, I'm from abroad. The people come from places, but the people who was born or educated in the academy here, it happening everywhere. In Barcelona, the players from the academy is special. The people love them. There's something special. It's good, and first of all because they have quality, not because they are here or they love City. It's because they have quality. They can do it, and of course have a backup in the right back position with Rico is fantastic.
Pep. Hi Pep. Julian Alvarez also had a very impressive game, scoring and I think setting up both goals.
2 assists,
Yeah. How impressed were you with him, particularly when he's not playing or starting rather every week? He's had to be patient.
I would say there is no one person in the locker room today, backroom staff and players, is not happy today for him. So he's a special guy, a work ethic. You saw the third goal. Remember a little bit Gabriel in terms of how aggressive he is without the ball, and make a 2 assists and a goal. The goal is not easy to do it because the pass from Kevin again is exceptional, but the keeper reduces the space, you make the dribble and good finishing, and after, he's playing like Leicester game, and today with a lot of players there, it's not easy. It's not easy to find the space, and today was patient and he found it, and he rewarded what he deserved.
Hi Pep, just back on Rico. Can you think of too many times in your career where you've had a 17-year-old who
not
been
much.
able to drop into the first team
Not
like
much.
that?
But it's a perfect scenario. So we are already qualified at home with our people. So it's perfect to give the minutes. So, but I think he's a guy. He's have the idea to be better. He doesn't think, okay, I'm already here. It's done. He knows improve, but when you teach him, and Enzo Maresca, for example, train with him, he's always open in the individual skills, and some situations can improve, but he's normal, he's 70 years old. So, but he's proving every day with us in the training session, he can be with us. So now depends simply on him.
You mentioned some of the obviously players went out on loan in the summer. Did you want to keep those players that went on loan, and would this have been would they have got an opportunity tonight as well?
No, every case is different, but when you have, for example, 3 or 4 players, and Southampton wants him playing Premier League, is a huge opportunity to go. So, and the club is agree, they can do it. So, Rico came in the pre-season, and after that we see an everyday training session because they didn't know him before. But Rodo and Carlos Vicente and even Enzo told me this guy is really good. I said, okay, bring him in the States, and we start to see him in the training session, how it is, how he behaves. You saw when he leaves, all the people go with him, and Kevin and Riyad, and because he's a guy like we can rely on absolutely 100% with him. He's going to make mistakes, of course, but you see the quality, the tempo. Playing inside is really good in smaller spaces. Playing wide, attack the space perfectly, and so he's 70 years old. So sometimes you think, I have to buy 2 fullbacks and how expensive everything. When we can give someone for the academy, when can help us, to make a backup from Kyle or from Joao. That is a dream come true for all of us because it's good for the economy and we can rely on him and these guys. So the academy is so important, and that's why I said many times I'm very pleased the way they are working.
Was there, in the training sessions in America, was there anything, one specific moment that you noticed that was like, did he smash into any of the other players?
The good player realized in 2 minutes. So in these situations, you don't need to. When you had the feeling that that guy makes something that maybe we need it, but you say, 60, 70 years old, maybe we need time, we take time, we don't put pressure. But every game is coming with us. And of course, Joao and Kyle and John, they have a step forward than him, But season is too long, Carabao Cup is ready, and there are many games, injuries that can happen, and we can if we have to play, we can trust, and that is a guarantee. So it's really good for us, really good for the present, but especially for the future.
Just finish with Jamie at the front, please, if we can shift the mic across. Thank you.
Just a quick one on the draw. Do you care who you draw in the next round?
We will be there.
Do you care though? Who?
We will be there.
PSG? Maybe?
We will be there. We will be there.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.